Well, let's get back to the World Series. What a World Series it is turning out to be. And the Yankees are back in the Bronx tonight for what feels like a must-win Game 3 against the Dodgers after they lost the first two. But those were extraordinarily exciting games. Well, let's bring in sports agent and Achilles PR founder Doug Eldridge for more. Doug, this is so far, even though it's 0-2 for the Yankees, they came so close. I mean, it was a tie game until the 10th on Friday. You had that extraordinary grand slam walk-off run. But I first just want to, for those glum Yankees out there, and there are more than a few in the New York area, Steve Forbes sent me an email over the weekend. He's a diehard Yankees fan. He said the Yankees lost the first two games of the 1956 and 1958 series and came back to win those series. So there's still hope, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's the mental and then there's the mathematical. Mentally, it's the old adage, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you win a World Series one game at a time? That's always the case, but never more so than when you're down 2-0. But then the math side, the back of the baseball card, if you will. 10 times in MLB history, a team has been down 0-2 and come back to win it. The last team to do it was the '96 Yankees. Dropped 2, won 4 straight, and brought the title back to the Bronx. The other positive element here, David, is that they dropped those 2 games on the road. It's not like they dropped them at home. Now they have to go out to Los Angeles. The Bronx is ready for them, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Let's switch to the Dodgers, and Ohtani's the big news. I mean, I was watching. We came at about 11:30 on Saturday night East time, and you saw that shoulder. First of all, you saw him grimace, and that grimace looked serious. He wasn't playing a fake soccer injury. He was really hurting there, and you could see his shoulder kind of sticking out a little bit. It was a dislocation. Sure. Do you think he's going to be able to play at 100% tonight?
Well, quick distinction. It wasn't a full dislocation.
True.
That's
True.
when the ball pops out of the socket and either pops back in or has to be manually adjusted. Very painful. You're out 6 to 8 weeks, if not more. This was a partial dislocation. The problem is all those ligaments and tendons and soft tissue there's going to be inflammation. The early prognosis or early feedback was that he has both power and grip and all the sensation. So by all indications, he's going to be out on the mound. And as Judge goes for the Yankees, so too is the case with Ohtani for the Dodgers. These are the 2 best players in MLB, the #1 and #2 media market in the U.S. No matter who brings home the pennant, MLB is the one laughing all the way to the bank. This has been a phenomenal World Series thus far.
Well, and we already got some numbers. I mean, it's extraordinary. Friday's game #1 was an instant classic. 15.2 million viewers at average. And by the way, I mentioned Freddie Freeman's grand slam home run. At that time, there were 17.8 million people watching. You have the East Coast, the West Coast, 2 legacy teams. I mean, it's got everything you could want.
A walk-off grand slam to end Game 1 of the World Series. You talk about iconic. And by Freddie Freeman. He sounds like he's straight out of an Archie comic book, doesn't he, Freddie Freeman? So Game 1, you have a walk-off grand slam. Game 2, the Yankees almost come back. Game 3, you talk about the Coliseum, right? The stage being set, the bloody sand for the Yankees and the Dodgers tonight. Like, what an environment. This is such a World Series. This is everything that we hoped for. And I think the Yankees are going to pull it out. I really do.
It's been magic so far. At least it was on Friday. I mean, I'm a Yankees fan, but that grand slam, it's never happened before in a World Series, and that was just amazing. Doug, thank you so much. Enjoy the game tonight. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you, David. Thanks.